and welcome to We the Anointed, the Lifestyle Edit. I'm Lex, I'm an online educator, and I make faith-based content for the everyday Christian. This video is for the new believer, or maybe you just want to deepen your relationship with Christ. I'm not gonna hold you, so let's get right to it. I'm so happy to have you here. We are at the end of the first month of the new year, and we want to keep God at the forefront of everything that we do. These 6 tips aren't just useful for this year, they're actually stepping stones to help you deepen your relationship with Christ at any point of any year. The first tip, or spiritual discipline, prayer. Whatever that thing is that's been holding you back in regards to your faith, this is the year to tackle it. I know some people may sneer at the fact that I'm starting with prayer. If you think about it, prayer really is a powerful tool. We should be tapping into that daily. What does that look like? The way we pray and present ourselves to Christ can actually look different for many people. You can be on your knees praying the traditional way in a private room, or just having a continued conversation throughout your day, washing dishes while you're in the shower. The point is, the more that you're talking to him, the less awkward it is, and you begin to feel like you're talking to a friend. At a young age, I was taught not to put my faith into people because we are broken and imperfect, and at some point, somebody is going to let you down. You will eventually let someone down yourself. So why not put your faith and trust in the perfect person? He's always available. He can relate to everything that has ever happened under the sun because he's the creator. So there's no feeling misunderstood ever. You can come to him with all the tea, and while you're pouring into him, he's filling up your cup in return. Then you're ready to go out into the world and deal with all the crazies. You know what I'm talking about at work? It could be your kids, relationship, or your past. You know, the things you're not so proud of, whatever that may look like. I don't know how many times I've looked back in my life and I'm just like, this could have turned out very differently for me. Just those poor life choices. Part of that reality is that I have people praying over me, that I get out or through whatever season that is. Perhaps a little broken, a little stronger, but redeemed. That I would learn whatever lesson that's required of me to grow mentally, spiritually, and physically. So thankful to have had people who care to pray over me. You see why prayer is so important and such a great tool to use. Pray about everything and pray without ceasing. I want to read a verse to you. 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18 talks about rejoicing always, praying without ceasing, giving things in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Now, if your prayer life is generally put together, then this advice is not necessarily for you. Maybe you've been a little negligent in your prayer life. Take a commitment right now to praying. Write down your prayers in a journal. The benefit of writing your request out gives you the ability to look back and see how God has blessed you or kept you. Sometimes you may look back and see how maybe you've lacked understanding. You lost a loved one, or something tragic has happened in your life. In present day, you now see how God revealed peace to you and understanding. He always answers, just not in the way we typically expect. So let's make this year the year your prayer life is secured, honey. End of year, you should be able to say with confidence, I may have 99 problems, but my prayer life ain't one. Tip number 2, or spiritual discipline, public worship. Build and nurture relationships. We as humans are social creatures. We know this. Now, the pandemic changed the game for us. A lot of us were affected. However, new avenues were created if you're a believer in the church. The opportunity for the message to be shared worldwide grew tremendously. Sermons became more available. Now that things are getting back to normal, it's time to strengthen that muscle and be around other like-minded people. Again, human interaction is good for us, right? There's just something about being in the physical building that blesses you like no other. You're also exposed to people and opportunities you have never experienced staying at home. Find a church home that fills your needs, has sound teaching, maybe a nursery, children's ministry, fire worship team, all the things. Now that means we have to get out the house, right? And go around and start visiting some churches. Try out new places and see what's a good fit for you. Remember, sound teaching is key. The benefits of finding a home church: mom and dad get a chance to really focus on the sermon or lesson. The kids are around other believers their age. They may not want to go, but that seed is being planted early. Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and even when he is old, he will not depart from it. Now, this takes me back personally. When those days when my parents were dragging me to the church, some days I had a really good time, others I did not want to go. However, looking back, it had a huge impact on my life, and here we are today. I may have made some unwise life choices, but he was there with arms open wide, ready to receive his daughter. And I thank God for that. I thank him. And he continues to do that for me. He knows good and well I was out there operating in my flesh. So that's what I mean by the seed was planted at a very young age. Now I have a genuine relationship with Christ, and I want my life to reflect that. Other benefits: community, support, accountability. There are many studies that prove that the quality of life and even your lifespan can be negatively impacted by the lack of human interaction. Being around other like-minded people makes you want to build up that community even more. It makes you want to adopt those people into your life and be around them more often. These people are now holding you accountable. They're loving on you, not judging you. They're making you feel welcomed, and they're truly there to support you. If you're already a member of a church, why not take the time to invite somebody? Now, I don't mean like the first conversation you meet somebody in the grocery store, you're like, hey, come to my church. No. I mean, maybe it's a relationship that you know that you want to tighten up a little bit. You haven't called them or checked on them in a while. Do that for a little bit. You know what I mean? Let the conversation be genuine. Let your intentions be true. And then as things happen organically, you invite them to your church. If they come into town for a little bit, you keep going to church that Sunday. You don't skip that Sunday. You offer to bring them with you. Let's rebuild that relationship and take the opportunity to invite and share, but not be too pushy. You don't want to be overbearing. You don't want to force anything down anybody's throat. You simply want to start by having genuine conversations. Think about how you want someone to approach you. And when the time presents itself, offer the invitation and nurture that relationship. Tip number 3, or spiritual discipline: service. If you don't have a home church, you need to get one. Be on the hunt, be on the lookout, not only for one that has sound teaching, but offers opportunities for us to serve. Whether that be on the AV team, choir, youth ministry, usher, the list goes on. Pick an area you enjoy. Serving with a joyful heart is key. Remember, we want to point others to God, not away with that stanky attitude or acting self-righteous. Nobody got time for that. Nobody wants to be around that. There are many ways that we can be of service. The main way we can be of help is finding an area that needs service and filling it. Keeping an ear out and just listening to people. You learn a lot when you let somebody else just talk for a little bit and just being quiet. So listen to your friend when they're talking to you, or a member of the church when they're saying that they need help with their groceries, they had a hard time, or they struggled in this area. There are many ways that you can be of service in and outside of the church. You never know how that person might impact you or how your actions are impacting them. Mark 10:45 says, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many." As believers, we are called to be the hands and the feet of the church. I repeat, get involved, pick an area you enjoy, and do it with a joyful heart. We all would rather be doing other things that we enjoy. This area may require a little more work or effort. When it comes down to it, it requires a lot of discipline and self-sacrifice. But the payout is a heavenly reward. Volunteering is a very solid hobby that also helps you build relationships. You're usually volunteering alongside other people. Finding that community can really help you deepen your relationship with God. Serving in the church can help you develop skills and expand on interests you already have, open doors to meeting new people, and creating very surprising opportunities. Tip number 4 is spiritual gifts: being still. Now, I know you're probably like, wait, why would I want being still to be a goal? I'm sure you're aware of all the distractions you have to deal with on a daily basis. What's the first thing we do when we wake up in the morning? When we go to bed? Fill in the blanks for the rest of the day. Bills need to be paid. Kids have to be fed. The list goes on. Let's do an experiment. Go to the gym without headphones. No phone, no music, nothing. And try to work out. Look around while you're on the treadmill, and what do you see? What do you feel like? What kind of thoughts enter your mind? What are you concerned with? None of that would have happened if you had a screen in front of your face or music blasting in your ear. So yes, being still should definitely be a goal of ours. Why? Because not only does it bring clarity, and you learn so much more about yourself and the world around you. And to be honest, our dependence on busyness. Just sitting quiet for 2 minutes, maybe 5, and building on that, increasing that time each week until it becomes a habit. Important that we don't forget that this world belongs to Satan. This is his playground, his domain, and he knows us very well. Now, he's got bigger fish to fry. The flesh is already at war with us. He may not be dealing with us right now. So when the world is at play, he wants us to be distracted. Takes us away from spending time with God, getting to know him, and understanding him. It doesn't take much to distract us.